Big Bad
Hey y'all, my name is
John.
John Mitchell. I'm a certified financial coach. The purpose of this video and this channel is to teach you how to master the personal finance basics. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to use Google Finance to create a portfolio tracker. Google has done us a wonderful favor by adding this great tool of Google Finance to the Google Sheets library, if you will. If you're not familiar with Google Sheets, it is Google's version of Excel or a similar like platform. You have different cells you can enter categories in, create formulas, usually with the purpose of calculating up a bunch of numbers for a specific reason. What Google Finance does is it lets you import specific stock information, stock or ETF information from Google Finance so that you can make semi-real time, not guaranteed, but semi-real time stock tracking sheets if you want to on your own. Now that you have a quick understanding of what Google Finance is, let's jump into it and start creating some formulas. So like I said earlier, the goal of Google Finance or using that is I want us to create a tool that will help us accurately look at the stocks we have in our portfolio. If you haven't followed my portfolio series, looking at my stocks, you can check that up here now. But that's what I have here showing up in front of us today. So we can see all my tickers on one side, and then I have a bunch of information, stock information, that through Google Finance I can use to get in near but not quite real time so I can make better educated decisions on that. So today we're going to do that with Google Finance, but show you from the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and create a new tab. I've called this one Sheet 6. And then we're going to go ahead and pull up Google Finance, which I have in this tab here. Again, I can have a link to this support page in the description too to make it easier for y'all to look at as well. But we can see here from quickly looking at it, we have the syntax for Google Finance where you type in the word Google Finance, and I'll show you this in a minute. You have the ticker you need to reference, some attributes, start dates, end dates if applicable, and some intervals. And then this right here, the ticker attributes, they'll explain the syntax for that Google Finance formula. Last but not least, we have different attributes. These are where you actually get the information you're looking for, and the dates are applicable only if an attribute you have is pertains to a date. Like and subscribe to this video as it helps me see what content you all like and want to see in the future. So I wanted to go ahead and give us a head start, so I've jumped back over to our stock sheet here for our example for today. So I went ahead and I chose a couple of attributes we're going to be looking at. We have stock, price, low, high, price to equity, earnings per share, the beta value, and then the yield percentage, also known as the dividend yield, but yield percentage is what Google Finance calls it. And then we're going to be starting off with SCHD, and then we'll do a couple, and I'll kind of show you how I like to work my way around a stock sheet. So as you saw here in Google Finance, like any other formula you use in Excel or in Google Sheets, you need to start off with an equal sign. And we can see here, here's our main syntax. So we're going to start typing Google Finance and see what happens. So you go here to price, we're going to go equals Google Finance. Look at that. We already have that pulled up right there. Ticker, the ticker. So this is a little trick here, a neat trick. We're going to go ahead and click the A2 cell. Because that helps, or that just chooses that cell, and that's going to help us for tracking more stocks later in the future. We could here type in SCHD. That means this formula would be locked in to only doing SCHD, and we want to make it applicable in the future because that's what we're going to be doing with the stock sheet today. So we have SCHD typed in there. We're going to go to attributes. We're going to go back to this Google Finance sheet attribute, and the first one we want is price. So we're going to put price. I think we have to keep it in quotes as well. Yep, we do. And then we'll close parentheses because that's all we need there. And look at that. We already have the price for SCHD. If we wanted to add something like O, Realty Income Corp, which is another dividend thing I like, dividend stock, we can now drag and drop this down. And look, we have O's dividend price as well. If you want to be really fancy, we can make these all currencies. If you go up to the bar here, click on the money sign. Look, all of a sudden we made that money. Pretty nice. Now for low, we'll do the same thing. We'll do equals Google Finance. Again, the ticker will be going SCHD, and then we'll be going down to low in parentheses. Oh, bad in there. What did we mess up on? See, it's great. It tells you what your issues. Oh, I forgot a comma. That's what it was. So you'll get some practice looking at these, and you realize you'll make mistakes. But I forgot to put the comma there, which it needs in the syntax to know what to use. So we went ahead and fixed that. I'll go ahead and go through and kind of push through the rest of these, and then we'll pick back up after I finish. All right, so I just finished going through our sheet here for SHD. We had low, high, PE, EPS, beta value, whatever it wants to move. All right, the beta value, and then the yield percentage, dividend yield. You can see here that we have a couple errors, so let's investigate what went wrong. So I cheated and went ahead here, but I'll see if I can replicate what we did here. Oh, we'll go to this here. Okay, so what I had for this PE, I had this error, uh, and I hit fix with Gemini. So Gemini has now been built into Google Sheets, and Gemini can help you if you're having issues with your sheets, which is really nice. So in this case, what happened was PE came up with an NA error, uh, and it gave us this if error, just gives us a minus, and this just means that it gives a value of some sort. And the gist was Gemini told us that Google Finance may not have all this data available yet, which is something to keep in mind. This is common. It looks like it came up with the same thing for the EPS as well. As you can see, Gemini is already keyed on that whole row to modify all those formulas for us. And now, instead of having errors, we have these if formulas in front of our Google Finance to have that minus in there or the dash in there in the event that there is no value. We'll go ahead and get rid of Gemini, and you can see here that we have a very nice, simple, little, easy stock tracker that will kind of help us look at different stocks we have and some of their prices, their high lows, PEs and stuff. Now, I'm just going to keep it simple today. I'm not going to overload you with getting into something as big as this, because this requires a couple of more formulas and some coordination there. But I just thought it'd be neat to show you how to use Google Finance because it's something I enjoy. And I'll give you a week to play with it, and I'll show you something more with it in the future. I hope y'all got something out of today's video. It's incredibly important to learn how to use Google Finance, at least I think so, because as someone who likes to track my portfolio and show you all my progress, Google Finance and Google Sheets really helps keep me on track for knowing how well my portfolio is performing, so I knew if I need to make some changes in the future. It's exciting to see that Gemini is being integrated now, so Gemini will hopefully help me modify some of my formulas and streamline a few things so that I can continue to improve my sheet in the future. So if you're looking for a financial coach to help you integrate Gemini and Google Finance into your personal financial life, because it doesn't just have to be stocks, it can be budgeting too, of course, sign up for a free appointment today with link in the description or in the comment section down below. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see y'all in the next video.